we know that universe is something like 10 and 88 degrees of atoms, which are spread through 13 billion light years radius because of Big Bang. Please start. Yeah. Pretty huge amount of atoms. And some part of these atoms organized by DNA and ideas into human civilization, into bodies like you and me, and this we knew. And this, they use it 10 and 80 degree of kilojoules. This all solar energy, okay? Yeah, and this energy comes from solar radiation, which is photons, which photosynthesis convert into chemical energy. It's carbons, please. Yes. And DNA use this energy to organize 10 and 88 degree atoms into your body each year. And each year you have a different set of atoms. Yes. And there is no magic. Atoms consist of particles, which is kind of resonance of four forces, which kind of create rules of the universe. So everything is because of these four forces, accordingly to recent science. Okay. Okay. So, to sum up, life is a program encoded into DNA and ideas, which evolves to increase its viability. The program which doesn't evolve in this way just disappear. And viability is the amount of energy used by the program in the future to build infrastructure for themselves, to build sometimes guns, to build big corporations. And my idea is this viability can be measured, and this is viability can be equal to value of the global economy. I will explain now. Okay, please go ahead. So let's start how DNA is a part of the program, organize atoms into a body. There is no metaphysics. Many of you know that, okay, please start, don't stop, that DNA copy itself, and this copy part of DNA, which is used to produce a part of your body. It's RNA, which is put into ribosome, which kind of print, based on this code, a part of your body. This is hemoglobin printing. So every dot is atom. And also DNA replicates itself. So it builds your body and replicates itself. Yes. And when it replicates itself, it put into new chromosomes and then start to divide the cell, so you have a new life, new cell. I was wondering how this movement happens. Why part of cells start to move? Because there is this kinesin, this is movement protein. It's like move through tubes. Okay, now we understand how DNA kind of use energy which you eat to move atoms into part of your body, and how ideas organize groups. Okay, let's start. So ideas are stored in our brains, and kind of they are programmed by cutting connections which are not used. So newborns have 1 quadrillion and adults have 2 trillion connections. That's the most of the powerful way to store information. Yeah, and we copy ideas if perceive us as these ideas as beneficial for survival, and mechanics of this memory works like this. There is a synapse with microtubes, and this movement protein move to synapse, a kind of endorphin or other neuromediators, which will feel us happy to remember and execute ideas which help us to survive. Yes. And which ideas help us to survive is often described by Nash equilibrium. Stop, stop, stop. Nash equilibrium. Who knows what is the Nash equilibrium? Nash equilibrium. Oh, I don't believe. I think, okay, who doesn't know what is Nash equilibrium? Oh. So let's move a bit earlier. So it's a very powerful concept. It describes most of the situation in our life, most of the repeatable situations. Please move to no, yes. Stop. Okay, so Nash equilibrium means that nobody is in benefit when he changes his strategy. So if you change a strategy, then you are penalized. It's not beneficial for you. That's why you stick to the same strategy. And all in the group stick to the same strategy. For example, if everybody are cheating, then those who is not cheating kind of is losing. Thus, it's beneficial for everybody to cheat for a short term. Yeah, because if somebody kind of start to work, other people kind of steal his products and also penalize him, so he is damaged. But if they both start to work, they would kind of get more, 1 and 1, you see? Oh, so Nash equilibrium changed because somebody find a way to penalize for cheating. Yes, so this is a critical mass of those who are looking for the cheaters and penalizing them. And religions were invented to penalize for cheating and made kind of very efficient those who use religion to inform, to coordinate to a new level of Nash equilibrium, which is more beneficial and productive and allow to build more weapon and defeat those who are not so organized. Okay, and this is how institutions evolve. Institutions are repeatable situations. Repeatable because there is an equilibrium when, when it is in benefit for us to do so. Okay, let's do. So, for example, ticket price to this event is a result of many Nash equilibriums, if markets are efficient. If markets are not efficient, then we don't have a kind of somebody may airplanes do not come in time, and then I don't know, food is not delivered in time, builders do not build in time. This is kind of low Nash equilibrium. When everything works, then it is more efficient Nash equilibrium, so there's more people, more productive. And this kind of makes everything work perfectly, which is not the case in most of the time, and this is a subject of evolution of society. Okay, please go. Okay. So, how I measure viability of life? I assume that energy used for transaction can be seen as a transaction costs, which can be measured in dollars. If we assume this, then energy used by DNA and ideas is equal to world global product, because world global product is a sum of transaction costs. It also a sum of incomes. This is different ways to calculate this number. Energy used by DNA and ideas in the future is the value of global economy. So the future transaction cost discounted to current date is similar to future cash flows discounted to current date. So viability of life is something like $500 trillion of energy equivalent. Okay? Yeah. Next. So, to sum up again. So life is a program which is encoded in DNA and ideas, evolving to increase its viability. And viability is the amount of energy used in the future to build storage for life, for this program. And this is equal to value of the global economy. Yeah? Who disagrees with that? Who disagree with that? Who agree with that? Who didn't understand what it is about? Okay. So the birth of each of us is an attempt of this program to make life more viable. So this means our life is an attempt to create innovation, increasing the value of the global economy. Yeah? So now that is what I use as my life purpose. And then I think how to do so. Okay, so this is how I come to my purpose of life. So to increase value of the global economy by bringing ideas and great people to change the world. Also by means of this forum. Thank you. Any critics, please? What is the most weak point of this theory, or kind of summary of different sciences?
Well, I think the most important thing is that life is information and we are information, and it changes, and we're changing through time. So the information is a flow of information, and whether that's chemical or digital, it's more like waves in the ocean than it is water.